How many times have I heard expensive cameras are the only things that are going to be taking beautiful photos, and I'll never be able to do that with my phone? Okay, yes, expensive cameras, they'll give you better resolution and quality, but really the magic is behind the person that's taking that photo, and you can do that with your phone. I have 5 tips that are going to help you start taking better photos and videos. Tip numero uno, know your camera settings. The more you know them, the easier it will be to take photos, and you'll be able to access those settings to be able to maximize the quality of your photos. For videos, the settings are really up to you. You can test it out and see which one works best for you or what looks better for you from 24 frames, 30 frames per second, or 60 frames per second. Usually the higher the number, the smoother the action will be. So if you don't have a steady hand, stick with 60 frames per second. Tip numero dos, lighting. The biggest issue I see is lighting coming from behind your subject, either by the window or it's just right behind this person. Take a look at this photo that I took of my dog. See the problem? You can't really see her. Even if I were to bring the brightness to show her face, the photo just becomes grainy and it just becomes a low quality photo. So people, follow the light. It's like a spotlight. Think about it that way. Wherever the light is, you want to face it. Tip number 3, composition. Really, when you're taking a photo, you really have to think about everything that's going to be in your frame, from the foreground, the background, your subject, the light, everything goes in here. And one of the things that we use as photographers is the rule of thirds. Most phones have an option where you can put a grid, and that will show you how to take better photos using the rule of thirds. Now, this rule says that if you align and divide your shot in 3 equal parts, your subject should be placed in one of the intersections or the lines for better photo composition. Like most rules, it can be broken, but they're just guidelines there to help you get a better photo. Better composition also requires you to move around, so changing your angle from taking a photo from high to low, top or down, whatever way you can take a photo, try different angles. A different perspective will always give you a different type of photo, and you never know, it might surprise you. Tip number 4, take a ton of photos. Don't worry about taking too many photos. Actually, the more you have, the better options you will have later on. Tip number 5, edit, edit, edit. Yes, you might take a beautiful photo that just comes straight the way it is and you don't have to do anything to it. But sometimes you'll want to adjust a couple things here and there, change the light, change the color. That's what these apps are for, and you can find them all over, download them. I usually use Adobe Lightroom, Snapseed, or Color Story. You can adjust settings, brightness, contrast, and other color options that can help you achieve the look that you are trying to get. Also for video, you can do the same thing. I use Adobe Premiere Rush on my phone, but there's also WeVideo, InShot, and other paid versions you can pick from. Well, those are the tips I have for you. So if you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, and remember, have fun, keep it simple, and get out there and take some great photos and videos.